The studio lights were warm, the cameras were rolling, and America was settling into another familiar morning. Coffee cups steamed, living rooms flickered to life, and millions of viewers tuned in expecting laughter, playful banter, and the reliable comfort of television's favorite couple, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. But on this morning, something different happened. Kelly sat there, her smile trembling at the edges, her eyes heavy with unspoken emotion. It wasn't scripted, it wasn't rehearsed, it was real. Raw enough to pierce through the polished walls of entertainment television and reach straight into the homes of everyone watching. She took a breath, and before anyone could guess what was coming, the emotions broke through. Kelly Ripa, America's bright, unstoppable morning star, began to cry, and the world fell silent. This wasn't the typical TV moment that explodes across social media because of drama or scandal. This was something more powerful, a split second where the curtain slipped and the woman behind the public persona allowed the world to see what she had been carrying in silence. For nearly 30 years, Kelly and Mark had been the definition of a golden Hollywood love story. From the moment they met as young stars on All My Children, they seemed destined. Two actors swept from soap opera fantasy into real-life romance. They ran off to Vegas, built their careers side by side, raised 3 beautiful children, and somehow managed to stay genuinely in love through the storms and spotlight of celebrity life. Audiences didn't just watch them grow, they grew with them. We celebrated their milestones like they were our own: birthdays, anniversaries, kids heading off to college. They were more than entertainers. They were a familiar presence, a reflection of what we hoped lasting love could be. And that's why this moment, this breakdown on live television, felt like a ripple through the collective heart of everyone watching. Kelly wasn't just crying. She was opening a door that had remained closed for decades. Because behind the bright studio lights and red carpet smiles, something was happening at home. For years, the world had viewed Mark Consuelos as the strong one, the calm center of their marriage. He was the rock, the anchor, the protective partner who kept everything steady when Kelly's whirlwind energy spun too fast. He was dependable, composed, the very image of masculine strength. And that was exactly the burden. Rocks don't bend. Rocks don't crack. Rocks don't cry. But if they are pressed long enough, even rocks can shatter. Kelly's tears weren't just sadness. They were the release of years spent watching the man she loved struggle quietly, without the space to admit he was drowning. Burdened not by scandal, but by the universal weight that so many men carry in silence.
In an industry obsessed with youth, feeling the pressure to remain the protector, the provider, trying to stay composed when the children leave and the home grows quiet, facing the internal fear that maybe life is changing faster than he can keep up with. It was a story millions recognized, not because they had lived Kelly and Mark's life, but because they had lived their own version of it. Behind the perfect photos, behind the red carpet smiles and flawless sound bites, there are private storms even the strongest marriages must weather. Kelly had spent decades protecting Mark's strength. Mark had spent decades protecting Kelly's light. But somewhere along the road, both forgot that protecting someone doesn't mean carrying the world alone. As Kelly spoke through tears on live television, the audience felt it, not as gossip, but as truth. The truth about marriage, about aging, about the partners we love so fiercely that we forget they are human too. Because no one tells us this when we are young. Long-term love isn't just romance, it's evolution. It's breaking and rebuilding. It's learning the language of grief, pressure, and silence, and deciding, even then, to stay. Kelly's emotional moment wasn't the fall of a perfect couple. It was the beginning of a deeper chapter. A reminder that even the strongest man may be carrying weight we never see. A reminder that a wife can break, not from weakness, but from finally seeing her husband's pain. A reminder that love, real love, requires vulnerability from both sides. For decades, viewers placed Kelly and Mark on a pedestal. They were proof that a Hollywood marriage could last, that success didn't have to cost everything. But pedestals are not real places. Real life is messy, quiet, tender, and sometimes heartbreaking. And on that morning, Kelly made the world look closer. Not at the glamour, not at the fame, but at the man she loved, and the silent burden she could no longer ignore. Their story, like so many, is still being written. But one thing changed that day. Millions of viewers were reminded that even the strongest hearts sometimes need someone to finally ask, "Are you okay?"